You won't believe which country is leading the way in space exploration. China's aerospace program might just be ahead of Musk's rockets. In fact, there is no comparison between a national team and a private enterprise. But if we have to compare, we can continue the discussion. First of all, I admit that Musk's rockets, new satellites, and rocket recovery technology are all very advanced and powerful. But I think that for now, China's aerospace is still better. First of all, let's not talk about the most basic satellite carrying capacity of rockets. In terms of space stations, there are currently only two in the global orbit. One is the multinational International Space Station, and the other is the Tiangong Space Station, independently built by my country. In addition, China's aerospace has also explored the back of the moon. Not only can it launch a probe to the back of the moon, it has also successfully brought 2 kilograms of lunar soil back to Earth, and some of the lunar soil samples have arrived at the 15th China Air Show in Zhuhai. You should know that 18 national brands want to disperse these samples to study them. Would you believe people are living in houses with dirt floors, cleaning them with water to avoid a dust storm every time they sweep? In many houses in Brazil, there is no condition to lay floor tiles. The floor of the whole house is a very primitive dirt floor. If you sweep directly, it will easily stir up all the dust on the ground. So people often use a shower to water the ground before sweeping, so that the floor remains in a semi-stone state before slowly starting to sweep the ground. And not only the living room, but also the outdoors. Even the bedrooms are cleaned in the same way. So the question is, if so much water is sprinkled in the house and the dirt floor has a very strong ability to absorb water, making the environment so humid, will it cause rheumatism? I will talk about that for now. Would the residents feel very uncomfortable in such an environment? In fact, they do feel uncomfortable. Therefore, the frequency of their cleaning is not very high. They will only do a big cleaning like this about once a month, and it also depends on whether the weather is good that day. It is absolutely impossible to clean on cloudy or rainy days. However, the dirt floor will slowly be consumed with use and cleaning, and finally, there will be many pits on the ground, making it uneven. You won't believe what's hidden inside this mountain, an enormous hollow structure that defies all expectations. On the surface, this is a mountain, but in fact, when you walk into it, you will find a different scene. You won't believe what's hidden inside, an enormous hollow structure that defies all expectation. It is hard to imagine that the whole mountain is hollow. There is a very spacious space here. From its structure, this is an artificial building with a frame structure. The site is full of building materials such as steel, bricks, and wood boards. This also explains why the main body of the building has not been completed yet. So I guess that after its main body is completed, the crack in the middle of the building will definitely be filled. Why do we have to demolish it? Because this building was originally discovered by outdoor adventure enthusiasts in the wild by accident, and the real entrance of the building was also found by them from the side, which further confirmed my previous guess about the scenery. Considering that the building may have military properties like other mountain-shaped buildings, the explorers who filmed this clip did not disclose the location information. You won't believe what could happen if you jump onto a giant spiral water slide. In fact, this type of slide with a super large sliding area is also known as a spiral slide. Its main feature is that it provides players with a thrill of spinning as they slide down. To put it more simply, you can think of it as an enlarged version of a small water spiral slide. The difference is that in addition to the larger sliding area, this slide allows players to jump into the action more quickly without the need to climb a long ladder. However, many players are curious. If you jump in with the help of this slide, are you worried about using too much force and flying off the sliding surface? After all, even on regular water slides, there have been cases where players have flown off. But in reality, the sliding process is slowed down by friction, while gravity pulls players down as they slide. This makes it difficult for them to fly off the slide unless they intentionally jump when nearing the top, which might allow them to barely grab the top edge. In other words, even if someone does reach the edge, they'll be blocked by a fence that's over half a meter high.